Welcome, I'm Clark Pena, and this is your Advocates Corner. We have a very exciting program for you today. We're going to be talking about companies, but at the same time, we're going to be talking about companies that give those individuals second chances. And who better to talk about that than our friend, the president of TradeOff Construction, Ron Lattanzio.
Good job, Clark.
I did my best. I've been practicing all night, sir. Listen, sir, thank you so much, first of all, for giving people the opportunity, people that felt that they didn't have the opportunity to put food on their tables for their families. So thank you, and thank your company, TradeOff Construction. Tell us all about it.
Well, TradeOff Construction was a company we formed a number of years ago because we saw the growth that was going to happen in the open shop construction market. And one of the things that we saw that was a necessity is to provide job site labor, things that for cleanup and miscellaneous tasks around the job. And we knew that our counterparts on the union side were providing a very expensive service, competent but very expensive. So we saw an opportunity to provide that service at a very efficient rate, and also at the same time, which was great about it, to be honest with you, was that we could tap in to community-based organizations, the diverse population, and the city dwellers, and actually, provide them with opportunity that they may not have had before. Construction has always been the gateway to the middle class. It's been for the last 100 years. So, with that being said, we were able to fashion a program of recruitment and relationships with community-based organizations that we could garner, very, very good employees that we could train and actually give a career path.
And Ron, that is just not something that, it's an overnight thing. You have to have something in your heart to be ready, willing, and able to give to those folks that second chance. Tell us, how do you get into this?
Well, it's a little bit, it hits home because I had a second chance. It's funny, the kids in our organization come to me now and say, wow, you're so smart. How did you know that? And I look at them and I say, smart? Any mistake you could have made in this business, I made. I just didn't make them a second time. And, during my career, I've had a number of mistakes that I've made, and the one thing that you've got to realize about making mistakes is there's consequences to your actions. And you got to be willing to accept the consequences to your actions. And, I have 2 felony convictions that come up every day, and one of the things that I realized early on is that you have to be upfront about that. You can't do business with a person, or develop a relationship with a person without saying that up front. Because listen, we're all big boys here.
Absolutely. And
if you want to do work with us, it'd be great. I've had, my trials and tribulations 20 years ago. I've overcome them. I like to think that I overcome them in a very positive way by admitting my mistakes and, getting on a path of a straighter path. And with that being said, it warms my heart to be able to give other people a second chance, a second shot at the American dream.
Absolutely.
In essence, So it's very interesting because about 50% of our workforce are second chances.
Wow.
And what's really interesting is we even do background checks.
Okay.
So we do background checks, we have personnel meetings every month, we go through the backgrounds. And it's just so spectacular because now you hear from our guys how they bought a house for the first time.
Wow.
Or one story that was heartwarming is one guy was in jail for 12 years and he came out and he had never seen his daughter. Now he goes home to have dinner with his daughter every night.
Look at that.
So the feedback we get is this has given us an opportunity not to have to go back to that path that we were on before. It gave us an option, because a lot of times people won't hire people that have that kind of
that I do
past.
Know. Yeah.
So a lot of times we force them to go back to that life because we give them no opportunity.
No opportunities. Yeah.
So with this, it's just been it was created as a business, so I don't want to sit here and tell you that I'm like, the Mother Teresa of construction. But at the same time, the component of this that has been just terrific has been that ability to provide that.
Well, I think that's what's make you even more valuable is because you're an open book. You're the real deal. And,
Right.
As a business person, that's what people want. They want to know from Jump Street where you're coming from, where you've been.
And everything about business, which we kind of lose sight of these days, is servicing the client.
Right.
And if you could find that balance between developing a workforce, and one of the things that has made me successful in my business is I realize you got to share. You got to share with the people that make you the money. So if you're going to be, me owner, you employee, it's not going to work. And at some point in time, that's going to come apart. So, we've developed programs now, even with our guys in the field, where the foreman shares in any profit that exists on a job, and I believe it incentivizes them to be more efficient in their management, because everything about providing labor all has to do with management and managing the labor.
You work alongside a lot of not-for-profit community groups. Can you mention just a few so we can?
Yeah, one of the biggest groups we work with is CEO, and we were lucky to be named their Employer of the Year in 2016.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, that was great. That was great. I really believe that a source of really good employees and that would actually become company men. What's really interesting is over 61% of our manpower now has been with us over a year.
Wow.
50% has been over a year and a half. So what that means is we're building company men, which is incredibly valuable. The whole secret to a good business is continuity.
Do you want to? I know that you don't want to see people, fly away from their home. But is your company meant to graduate folks out, or do you want to keep good employees?
No, we want to keep good employees. As a matter of fact, what we're trying to do is we're trying to structure an apprenticeship program.
Beautiful.
Where over a 3-year period of time, an employee become a foreman, or, and this kind of is to our detriment, but I think it's important for us to do, they could go on a career path to the trades. Wow. So after the 3 years, of working with us as a laborer, and they could either become a foreman, or they could go into a career path for a carpenter or a plumber. And the beauty of that is they already have that foundation and base of knowing what goes on a construction site. They've had the safety training. They've had, they've worked on a job site. They realize the pull and tugs and the hills and valleys of working on a construction site. So that gives a tremendous foundation to go into the trades.
How many men and or women are employed by you at this time?
We bounce around between 200 and 225
Wow.
at any given day. One of the challenges, and this is the business, and this is another success we've had. When we first started the business, we would have maybe 10 or 15% call-outs every day. So getting people to fill those positions every day was difficult. Now we're down to between 3 and 5%.
Wow. People love coming to work for you.
They do, and like I said, you got to share with them,
right.
And you got to talk to them, and you got to understand what their problems are, and you got to listen to them. You got to listen to them. Listen, some people, are get-overs, and they'll try to get over on you. But when
on you, Ron?
What?
On you? They try?
Well, I've been there, done that. So,
Yes.
So but you have to weigh that. You have to weigh that. Listen, there's nothing more valuable to us than a good employee that gives us continuity. Mm-hmm. And what's amazing is the clients see it.
Absolutely.
And we've had, what's really great is we've had clients that have started going from job to job that have requested certain foremen to go with them, which is terrific. And the other success that we have is, there have been some incentives that have been dangled in front of our guys, from various sources, and they stay with us.
Right.
They stay with us.
Headhunters, they call them, I think?
Oh, it's a little bit more than headhunters.
Now, with your employees, I see that you're very open. Can they come to you? They have issues, they want to talk.
Yeah, what happens is we do a foreman dinner every month.
Very nice.
I try to get to at least 1 out of every 2 that we do, and it's just great. It's just great because it gives them an opportunity to, to break my chops, which I know I'm doing the right job. If a foreman can come to me in a social setting and give me a couple of raspberries, because that means there's a connection.
Right.
You know, which is very special. I mean, you gotta have a connection with your employees.
Absolutely. And they have that confidence that they could come to you.
Right.
And just.
You gotta listen to them.
Right.
You gotta listen to them. Even if you think they're wrong, you have to listen to them. And you have to explain to them why you don't agree.
Work sites, Ron, where are you? Borough-wide?
All over the city. We're
All
on
over the
40
city.
different work sites, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. The majority of your workforce is second chance folks.
About 51%.
51%.
Between 50 and 60%.
This is merit shop?
Yes.
Merit shop employees,
Merit shop.
which is excellent.
Yeah.
This-
As things like, you know, but we've done some innovative stuff for our own sake. You know, we've developed a voluntary integrity program
Oh, wow.
that we have, and, you know, we have, you know, the ex-inspector general of the building department that visits our work sites. You know, one of the things that is really an issue in the industry as a whole is, you know, employees doing the proper time, you know, recording the proper time. You know, we don't want to gild the lily.
Right,
You know?
right.
So that's very concerning to us to make sure we have that integrity.
Outstanding. Well, Ron, listen, I want to come back to talk about some of your success stories. I saw a gentleman by the name of Jose on your website. You have an excellent website, by the way.
Thank you.
We're going to put up so they can see it, and they can visit your website. But let's talk a little bit more about those that have been very successful at your firm.
Okay.
Are we cool with that?
I'm good, baby. Let's go.
Coming right back on the other side of the break. Great safety tip. Welcome back to the Advocates Corner. Today we have a very special guest, Ron Lattanzio, the president of TradeOff Construction Services. Ron, I went on your website and you have so many great stories of success. Tell us a little bit about them.
Well, you know, one of the things, listen, we reward performance, you know, and one of the things that has been so satisfying about this whole Second Chance program is the fact that, I got to be honest with you, the guys that we bring in from the Second Chance program that work out, work harder. You know, they are so grateful for the opportunities that lie in front of them that they give us 150%. And we want to give them 150% back. We have, you know, a foreman that runs, you know, because we do some protection work too at a trade-off, you know, the nets and some of the safety protection.
Okay.
And we had a foreman that has been with us maybe 6 or 7 years, you know, and the sad part is he contracted cancer.
Wow.
And, you know, we supported him through that whole bout, and he's back with us now. And he is just so grateful, but, you know, what else are you going to do? You know, we treat TradeOff also as a family. So, you know, you're not going to kick one of your family to the curb. You know, so we supported him, the organization supported him, and he came back stronger than ever. And, you know, it was funny is, so, you know, one Sunday I'm walking the dogs and I pass a Highline job on that we're doing through TradeOff, and I look, and it's the building that's kind of twisted a little bit. It's an HFZ job. And I look at the nets, you know, the orange netting on the job, and it's like perfect. You know, it's perfect. And I knew that was our job. So I called him from the street. I said, Tony, that is just spectacular. You know? And that week we gave him a $2,000 bonus because I wanted to show him how appreciative we were for making us look good.
Right.
He
right.
made us look good,
Right.
you know? So, you know, he's a part of the family.
And it tends to give that extra push to the
Oh,
employer.
absolutely.
Am I correct?
Absolutely.
Because
It's
they
like
want to do what's right.
there is nothing better than making them feel like you're part of. It's a team. It's not me boss, you employee. And actually, I hate even titles like be called president. I hate that.
Right.
Listen, I'm not even the boss of my own house, right? So, with that being said, I just think that, we always got to take the approach that you're working together. You're working together and you're part of a team and we're all in this together. So we all got to make money together. We all got to, and once you take that tact with an employee, they're going to give you that 150%. Listen, of course, there's going to be some employees that are not going to cut it, right? It's like the Marines, right? They wash out in
Or the
boot
Army.
camp,
I was
or
in
the
the
Army, right? They wash out, right?
Right.
But I got to tell you something. What we actually have been able to build is spectacular. I mean, to have that many company men makes us stronger than ever.
Absolutely.
Makes us stronger than ever because there's a dedication and a request that we can make to them when we need it that they fulfill 110% because they know we're there for them too if they need help.
And you're always looking to build. Am I correct?
Always looking to build, and I really believe the future also for us is, one of the interesting things is TradeOff employees are probably more compliant with the new safety legislation, Local Law 196 in the city, than any other company in the city of New York. That's because we made the commitment to train our guys. So our guys are about, we have about 97% of our guys that have OSHA 30 cards.
Wow.
And cost us a fortune. Cost us
imagine.
about $200,000, $300,000 to train those guys, but it was an investment.
Right.
And now the second module is happening for compliance, which is a 32-hour component on top of the
OSHA
30, right?
Okay.
And we have that lined up to start filtering people into that, so that this way, I want to be ahead of the law.
Right,
I want to be
right.
ahead of the dates. I want to have employees that have that foundation training because it's a sale point for us.
Absolutely.
It's a sale point for us.
And I think that, Ron, touching on not only on construction, I think on anything, that if you're proactive instead of reactive, you're always going to be ahead of the game.
Yeah.
And that's what I think that, would you say that that's what makes you
Absolutely.
the success you are?
You're only as good as the people that work with you.
Right.
So if you could get really good people, you could be really good.
Where do you find your people? Not that we got to give the secret to everybody
Well,
else,
we
but-
go to community-based organizations. 91% of our workforce is diverse.
Okay.
91% are city dwellers. They don't take the Long Island Railroad.
African American, Hispanics.
Oh yeah.
Way to go.
91%.
Outstanding.
And
Thanks, Ron.
Listen,
We're gonna continue to talk about Jose. That name
Yeah.
has stuck out in my
Yeah.
head because I saw it on the website. And for those that are visiting the website, we're gonna have the website up so
Right.
you can check it out. Jose was a great success story. Do you know the story?
yeah, I do. There's a couple of Jose's in the organization.
We'll take the first one that comes to your
Okay,
mind.
his skills in terms of estimating and job takeoffs and just dealing with clients is spectacular.
Wow.
And clients love him, and the men respect him, and he's able to deal with any issues we may have. So we have guys that have been in a position where nobody would give them that opportunity, and have the skills to excel if they just given the opportunity. So, listen, we gave them the opportunity.
How do you know, Ron? What do you look for? How do you know that this individual, this has a special thing about
You
him?
could
What is
tell.
it? Yeah.
You could tell. You could tell by the work ethic. You could tell how they carry themselves. You could tell how they respond to you. You could tell in how they carry through their tasks. We have guys that show up at work, a half hour before they're supposed to be, and they stay a half hour after they're supposed to stay.
Not clock watchers.
Not clock watches. They give you, and they work through a bunch, and if there's a problem, they jump on it. They don't lay problems at the client's doorsteps. They identify the problem, and they offer a solution, and they solve it. And that's invaluable. Those are the kind of people that you want in your organization, and those are the kind of people that excel and become management.
Become management. Well, in the few minutes that we have left, Ron, this is your camera.
Okay.
Reach out to those that feel that there is no second chance. Let them know.
Listen, I'm proof pudding that there is a second chance. People, never thought that I'd be able to come back from my hurdles, and I was able to build, a 700-person company, and have substantial revenue base. And the reason why is because I don't discount anything. So if you're out there and you want to work hard and you have a commitment to your family and to yourself, we'd love to, be able to provide, an opportunity to these people. And I think that the way for us to do it is through the community-based organizations. The churches, these community groups, and they have proven successful for us before. And I really think the ministry and the churches could be invaluable
The houses
resource
of
for us.
worship, absolutely.
Oh, it could be an invaluable resource. It's because we believe too that not only could we recruit from there, but we could team them up with the training that's necessary. So these individuals could actually be trained in their community-based organization with our support and come to us already trained.
What can they do? Community-based organizations, I have a lot of community-based organizations that watch this program. They can reach out to you.
Yeah, contact us. Absolutely.
Yeah, we're putting up the website.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
they can check it.
And we'd love to partner with them.
Absolutely. Community-based organizations, there are many of you guys out there doing the right work. So are they.
Let's work together.
Let's build together.
Let's put people to work.
Let's put people to work. Let's build together. Let's give folks second chances.
And let's give them a gateway to the middle class.
Outstanding. Ron, listen. There is a God.
Yes, there is
a God. We have Ron Lattanzio, the president of TradeOff Construction, giving back, and at the same time, he's saving lives. I'm Clark Pena for the Advocates Corner, always reminding you, let's take care of ourselves, but more importantly, let's take care of each other. Until next time.